I think that our curriculum can be overprescribed. I think you may have the opposite here with campus. With Merdeka Belajar. Have for teacher training, we have over 290 partner schools that we work with. So it's quite a lot, and that's just within the region of Gloucestershire. You could be on course to become a teacher, but you could take a course in maybe, I don't know, astrophysics, which would be wonderful. Let's face it, our students know more than we do because they're digital natives. And you know, some of us are. I'm certainly not a digital native. I have to work hard to keep up. But I know that my students know more than me because they live on their devices. So every day.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So good afternoon, Alex, Ibu Dewi, and halo Sobat UMC dimanapun Anda berada ya. Hari ini kita kedatangan tamu spesial ya. So we have special guest from UK, from UOG. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, University of Gloucestershire.
Gloucestershire, well done.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, so here is Dr. Alexander Masardo. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alex Masardo. I work at the University of Gloucestershire in the UK, and I work within the School of Education and Science.
And here we have also Ibu Dekan, ya, Ibu Dr. Dewi Nurfiyanti, SST M.Pd, dan saya sendiri sebagai host Ika. Ya, senang sekali hari ini kita bisa bertemu dengan Pak Alex dan juga Ibu Dewi untuk membahas tentang curriculum in higher education, especially in Indonesia and in UK. So we're going to know, we're going to have some insight, not only from Indonesia but also from UK, from Pak Alex. Ya, okay. May I call you Bapak Pak Alex?
Please.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Pak Alex. Ya, and especially education is very important for our country's growth, yeah. And the curriculum is the foundation of what we teach and then how we teach, yeah. So it prepares also our students for the future and helps them succeed in fast-changing world, yeah. So today we will explore about the curriculum, especially in higher education, yeah. The challenges, the opportunities for higher education, and also in UK and in Indonesia, yeah. So we will learn about the curriculum in UK, and we will look at its relevance to the job market, the use of technology, interdisciplinary learning, diversity and inclusion, and assessment methods. Yeah, and our goal is to understand what is working well, identify any gaps, and find ways to improve. So here is Bapak Alex. Hello, Bapak Alex.
Hello.
Nice to see you, and welcome to UMC.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Pak Alex. So we're going to know about the curriculum in UK, especially in your university.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you say the curriculum, I mean, at the University of Gloucestershire, we're divided into 4 main schools or faculties. And then within that, there are a number of different disciplines. So when you're talking about the curriculum, are you interested in specific curriculums for different disciplines, or
what are disciplines are there?
What disciplines?
Yeah.
There's a lot. So, for example, within the School of Education and Science, we would have we have different communities, if you like, that's where disciplines such as education, teacher education, we would have humanities courses, science courses, and so on, business courses. I know we have a lot of similar courses here at the University of Gloucestershire. On the way over here this morning, with Udina, for example, and she was telling me that you also train nurses. So we do the same, and you're building or there's a hospital that's been built here.
Yeah.
So another thing we do at the University of Gloucestershire is paramedic science.
Oh, okay.
And so we have a broad spectrum of courses, media, film,
Okay.
drama.
Yeah, so maybe first you can explain to us about the curriculum in general, and then because we are from the education faculty, so you may narrow it down into the education.
Okay, so the education that we do at the University of Gloucestershire is loosely divided into two parts. We have teacher training.
Yeah.
And that would be, primary, secondary, and then we have the PGCE, postgraduate certificate of education. So those who have done a 3-year degree would then qualify by doing the 1 year afterwards. We also have a range of different education courses. BA, these are Bachelor of Arts, BA Education, Inclusion, Special Educational Needs, Early Childhood Studies, and a range of master's courses, including Inclusive Education, Education Leadership, and so on, and so forth, and doctoral programs.
Okay, so complete. Yeah. All right, so how in UK, especially in your university, how well does the current curriculum align with the demands of the job market in industry needs? Because our students need that.
Yeah, so you hit on a really interesting point. In the UK more generally, some of the universities, like ours, have more recently taken up government sponsored initiatives that focus more on vocational degrees and courses. So, for example, you can now do degree apprenticeships where you would spend 4 days in working and maybe 1 day at the university. So this is quite a new initiative. For example, any organization with a turnover of £3 million or more would be paying a levy to the government. Now that those companies, those organizations can draw back that funding through training their staff or people who are linked to that industry. So that's a new development. Another thing that we're doing also is that we've introduced just from this September will be higher technical qualifications. So, for example, we're going to start one, I think, from January in early childhood education. So these will be running alongside our more traditional courses. And in terms of the job market, yes, we absolutely have to see to it that our students are employable, that they have the skill sets necessary to go into the workforce. I'm very pleased to say that University of Gloucestershire ranks is one of the highest in the Southwest for employability of our students.
All right. So how many percent that the students have to study in the university, and then they follow the internship program outside the university? How many percent, and how many how long do they have to study in the classroom, and then they got the internship program outside the university?
Okay, that's a really good question. So if we leave the apprenticeships and the high technical qualifications to one side, because they're slightly different, our normal undergraduate programs, for example, which would be 3 years, unless students were taking a 4th year placement opportunity where they would spend the whole year in the workplace. Most of our courses at University of Gloucestershire all of them have some sort of practice element where they will be on a placement usually rather than an internship as such. Although they are possible, we do internships as well. But usually, during each year of study, students will be enabled to take placements. It will depend on the nature of the course they're doing. For example, there may be statutory regulations about how much practice they will need to have accumulated during their time during the undergraduate degree. Teacher training is different yet again, because there are, again, statutory regulations about how long they need to be working in, the students need to be working in the classroom. So that is very different from many of our other degrees that we do, because we have to work to the government regulations around that. And so for teacher trainees, they spend an awful lot of time in the classroom rather than working at the university. But there is what they're usually provided with is a link tutor. So the link tutor will be the person that will be the liaison, if you like, between the university and the school and the mentors within the school settings. We have, for teacher training, we have over 290 partner schools that we work with. So it's quite a lot, and that's just within the region of Gloucestershire and slightly beyond.
Okay, so actually, this is in here in the Faculty of Teacher Training in UMJ. Also, we have the first year of the students, they will study in the classroom, and then in the second year, they are going to have internship program at school. And then go back to the university to study, and then in the third year, they have also the internship program. So we have 3 internship program. Ada 3 ya Bu ya, program PPL-nya ya.
Yang reguler dari kita.
Iya, alright. So jadi sobat UMC ya, di UK juga ternyata tidak jauh berbeda ya dengan kita yang ada di Indonesia ya, khususnya yang di UMC. Mereka juga sama ya, ada kerjasama dengan sekolah-sekolah begitu ya. Hanya memang dihabiskan di tahun terakhir tadi kalau penjelasan dari Alex. Okay, so I'm going to ask Ibu Dewi. Ya, so bagaimana Ibu Dewi untuk di Indonesia tersendiri dan juga di UMJ? Karena kita sudah juga mengacu pada kurikulum berbasis MBKM. Silakan Ibu.
Okay, baik, terima kasih Misika dan Bapak Alex. Misika, please help to translate. Okay. Tidak jauh berbeda ya tadi seperti yang disebutkan oleh Hipika, bahwa di UMC juga ada yang namanya magang, internship ya. Hanya mungkin ada perbedaannya, magang di kita itu selain di magang pendidikan, ada juga program yang diselenggarakan oleh pemerintah. Itu magang di luar non kependidikan, karena kaitannya dengan kurikulum merdeka. Kurikulum merdeka membebaskan mahasiswa mau mempelajari apa, bahkan di luar bidang atau jurusannya. Pernah ada satu contoh di kimia, di pendidikan kimia, ada yang ngambil magang M.Pd. Dan itu juga padahal di luar kependidikan ya, tapi karena mengacu kepada kurikulum merdeka yang dicanangkan oleh pemerintah, mau tidak mau kita harus memberikan kesempatan itu. Nah, ini juga menarik Misika ya, mungkin apakah di UK juga sama seperti itu, mereka bisa mengambil magang di luar jurusannya atau gimana?
Yeah. Okay, so Alex, Ibu Dewi said that we have the curriculum here in Indonesia is based on MBKM or Merdeka Belajar. Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka, or it is a reform curriculum actually, yeah. It is an innovative approach to higher education that emphasizes flexibility and then practical experience and interdisciplinary learning. So the students from teacher training can take another field outside education program. Yeah, so the students freely they can choose the program not only from the education but also from the another field like the industry, and so on. And it aims to provide students with greater autonomy in their educational journey by allowing the students to choose courses and activities that align with their interests. Yeah. Is it the same with the curriculum in the UK?
Unfortunately, I think that our curriculum can be overprescribed. I think you may have the opposite here with campus. With Merdeka Belajar.
Merdeka Belajar.
Because it, from what I understand, it is very sort of open, very flexible.
Oh, right.
A lot more flexible than we are. So, am I right in thinking that some teachers, with the introduction of Merdeka Belajar, are finding it difficult to pinpoint exactly what they should be doing? Now, I think that Merdeka Belajar is a very exciting initiative, and I think it opens up a lot of very interesting possibilities. Certainly to be creative. In the UK, while that interdisciplinarity would be sort of encouraged, not just in terms of pedagogic teaching and so on, and having the opportunity to specialize in a particular subject or subjects, normally those subjects would be prescribed by the curriculum and what is taught within the schools. Whereas it sounds very much as if within Indonesia, you could be on course to become a teacher, but you could take a course in maybe, I don't know, astrophysics, which would be wonderful.
For example, like becoming a journalist. So the students will have the internship in like Voice of Indonesia.
Well, if they ever decide not to be a teacher, they always have something to
another experience for the students.
Karena memang pemerintah juga mencanangkan bahwa setiap mahasiswa yang lulus itu tidak akan selalu menjadi guru. Banyak terjadi di lapangan. Lulusan dari kependidikan bekerjanya bukan berkaitan dengan sekolahan. Ada yang di bank, ada yang di industri. Seperti itu. Jadi dasar dari pemerintah Merdeka Belajar itu adalah untuk memberikan pengalaman supaya setelah lulus, meskipun mereka tidak menjadi guru, mereka masih tetap bisa berkarya di bidang yang lain, yang memang tidak dipelajari di jurusan ketika mereka sedang berkuliah.
So for example, here in UMJ, in the Faculty of Teacher Training, not all the alumni from the teacher training, they become a teacher. Several of them, they become a journalist, working in tourism, and then in the bank, for example. So the government gives another experience for the students and let them choose. Mulai dari semester, start from the 5th semester, or the third year, here in S1 degree. Okay.
What I was going to say was that there is a great opportunity within that to foster transferable skills. I think particularly at undergraduate level, we often get too, what's the term I'm looking for, too overly concerned about in the UK at least, the content being geared specifically to that discipline. Because I often think, particularly at a younger age, if students are coming straight from school or and haven't had lots of life experience, actually doing an undergraduate degree really it should equip them with the ability to turn the skills that they learn to a whole range of different things. So I do think it's important that we as teachers, as lecturers, are providing with them with that opportunity. For example, just to say that in the seminar that we've just been a part of about learning technologies, we talked a little about artificial intelligence. And again, that's something that I think we should all our students should be learning about very early, as soon as they arrive. And there are certain topics that really all our students need to know about and be thinking about ways in which their use of those technologies can be harnessed in a positive way that can help them thrive in their careers and in the marketplace, in the job market.
Iya, kayak Alex juga bilang bahwa kalau di UK itu lebih difokuskan untuk melengkapi mahasiswanya. Kalau di teacher training di Fakultas Pendidikan berarti untuk menjadi guru. Jadi dilengkapi dulu, kemudian memberikan mereka kesempatan, tetapi yang mengarahkan juga kepada pendidikan. Jadi difokuskannya di pendidikan begitu. Ya, membuka kesempatan lebar juga untuk mahasiswa bisa belajar, terutama sekarang ini belajar mengenai teknologi yang baru ya, yaitu AI ya, artificial intelligence. Oke, Bu Dekan, kalau di UMC sendiri bagaimana penerapan MBKM sudah dilakukan dari tahun berapa?
MBKM kita sudah mulai sejak tahun 2021 ya, kalau 2021 ketika kita mendapatkan hibah MBKM. Itu sudah kita mulai, lalu baru serentak itu di tahun 2022 kalau tidak salah itu ya. Semua mahasiswa berhak untuk berkegiatan di luar kampus atau di luar program studinya.
Iya, bagaimana dengan penerapan teknologi?
Teknologi di dalam MBKM itu salah satu filosofinya atau salah satu hal yang mendasarinya adalah penggunaan teknologi dalam pembelajaran. Itu juga sangat ditekankan dalam kurikulum Merdeka saat ini, baik di sekolah maupun di perguruan tinggi. Mungkin para sahabat UMC juga yang dari keguruan pasti di mata kuliahnya sudah diwajibkan membuat modul ajar tapi berbasis teknologi. Harus ada, entah itu di medianya atau di bahan ajarnya, itu harus berbasis teknologi. Jadi memang teknologi sangat ditekankan dalam pembelajaran untuk apa? Untuk membantu siswa memahami apa yang mereka pelajari. Terkhusus lagi untuk mata kuliah yang bersifat abstrak, yang memang sulit untuk dipahami tanpa adanya visualisasi. Sehingga teknologi akan membantu visualisasi konsep-konsep abstrak tersebut sehingga mudah untuk dipahami.
Yeah. So the curriculum here in UMC also provides the students with the technology use, and also integrating with the use of technology, and equip the students to have the ability to facilitate learning in their daily learning here in the classroom by technology, because all the lectures here also use the technology, and also the project for the students also about the technology. Yeah, so the technology is already used here in UMC. So Alex, so what do you think? How is the technology being integrated into the curriculum, to enhance learning outcomes?
Yeah, I think at the university level,
yes.
This links very much to it links back to Merdeka or Campus Merdeka in a way, because it's great that we're getting students to follow their passions and giving them that autonomy, which we need to be doing. But in order for that to work, they have to have those critical thinking skills and be able to think in abstract ways as well. I think I heard you talking about abstract, maybe thinking
such as atom, electron.
Oh yeah,
Our eyes.
Yes, something we can't. Absolutely. So we need to be thinking in abstract ways and making sort of connections, but that comes from I think from following your passions and so on. But in answer to your question, Rika, about integrating technologies, it speaks to a bigger issue of putting theory into practice. So if we aren't role modeling, if we are actually allowing the students through active learning rather than passive learning, then things aren't going to move forward. They have to be physically working with the technology,
Yeah.
using the technology, and we need to be role modeling that for them. But providing them with opportunities, and that requires a whole change in mindset of how we have traditionally worked with students as the teacher, standing up front with the knowledge, and we have these empty vessels of students, and we need to fill them up with knowledge. It does. We know now that is not the best way for them to learn, and particularly with an emancipated learning curriculum, we have to enable them to work together, to learn,
use,
and also use the knowledge that they already have, to celebrate and draw on the knowledge that they already possess. So there's much more of a co-creation of knowledge, if you like. And I think that in terms of applying that to your question around technologies, this is where we can be getting them to use different technologies within the classroom, even if it's something as simple as using a Padlet wall.
Oh yeah,
or voting, or whatever it might be. These can all add to the toolkits, if you like, that students can leave university with. So I think it's not just about the students; it's also about staff, isn't it? And getting the staff on board with learning. They have to be willing to learn. But we also need to provide them with opportunities to learn through staff development and getting them to learn from each other, because it's actually our students know, let's face it, our students know more than we do, because they're digital natives. And some of us are. I'm certainly not a digital native. I have to work hard to keep up. But I know that my students know more than me, because they live on their devices. So
every day.
So I think it's also incumbent on myself to learn more about the different media that they're using. Whether that be TikTok or Instagram or any forms of social media, can usefully harness those to aid the learning process if we're clever about it and use it as a tool rather than an end in itself, if that makes sense.
So we provide the students and facilitate the students with technology so they can use and work with technology, and then finally they can apply and implement it in the classroom, the real classroom, after they graduated from the university, and they teach they teach as a teacher, and they can apply not only the theory but also the practical, how to use the technology for their students. Jadi memang betul ya yang Alex katakan, teknologi itu sangat berkembang pesat. Jadi tidak hanya kalau mahasiswa memang setiap hari pegangannya handphone ya, setiap hari pegangannya gadget. Jadi bisa jadi mereka lebih pintar daripada dosennya. Nah, untuk itu maka tugas dari university itu adalah melengkapi dosen-dosennya ataupun sumber daya manusianya untuk bisa terus berkembang dengan teknologi-teknologi yang baru. Oke. Ya tadi ya
mungkin Dekan,
silakan Bu.
Mahasiswa setiap hari dia bermain dengan teknologi.
Iya.
Yang perlu kita arahkan lagi, apakah teknologi itu dimanfaatkan untuk pembelajaran?
Ya, betul.
Itu mungkin yang harus jadi PR bagi kita semua. Terkadang teknologi itu memang membantu dalam pembelajaran, tetapi juga jika kita tidak bisa membuat sistem yang baik, maka teknologi itu bukan digunakan untuk pembelajaran.
Iya.
Jadi dalam pembelajaran, terutama kalau untuk mahasiswa mungkin tidak masalah, ya masih bisa kita arahkan. Tapi kan pendidikan bukan hanya di SMA saja. Ada di sekolah menengah, sekolah dasar itu juga sekarang sudah mulai mengarah kepada teknologi kan. Bukan berarti teknologinya harus dihindari, tetapi bagaimana penggunaannya dan juga sistem dalam pemanfaatannya itu yang harus benar-benar kita kontrol supaya teknologi yang kita hadirkan dalam pembelajaran itu benar-benar membawa manfaat bagi peserta didik kita.
So we have also reminds our students that they have to use social media and also gadgets and all technology stuff wisely. Okay. So closing statement from you, Alex, about the curriculum, about
well, one of the things that I'm very interested in doing, and I think we should all be very interested in doing when we're thinking about the curriculum, is think about what knowledge we are privileging in our curriculums, whose knowledges we're privileging as well. So I don't know how familiar you are with the term decolonizing the curriculum, but it's certainly something that in the UK at University of Gloucestershire, we are now taking very seriously in thinking about all our courses. Are we just privileging one set of knowledge that is often white, Western, male, middle class, and so on? And how do we break that down to encompass more global knowledges and have a bit more sort of humility, if you like, in what we perceive to be the norm? And I think the more that we can get our students thinking outside of their norm, it's also a great way to learn. It's when you're challenged, you're going to learn more. So let's expose them to more different types of literature. I think that we don't make enough use of non-English language speaking knowledge and journals. Even if we translate them, but let's use it. That's maybe where artificial intelligence might, could be useful to help us do that. There are so many interesting bodies of research that we don't engage with, maybe in the Western and English-speaking context, and it seems such a shame, particularly within the methods literature, research methods literature. So we can learn so much, but I think we need to be open. And what's been so wonderful about having my students at UOG engage with students from the Muhammadiyah University at Wedi was that they were able really to sort of question their own knowledges and have that opportunity to think about their own context, and maybe by doing that, understand their own context.
Yeah, okay, good. So, curriculum is dynamic. Yeah, so we as a teacher, we have to be adaptive, with the changes of the curriculum, because, as we know that MBKM or Merdeka Belajar, the beginning is 2021. 2020 here in Indonesia. So we as a teacher should be adaptive to face the movement and also the changes of the curriculum. Satu closing statement juga dari Ibu Dekan, silahkan.
Oke. Kurikulum seperti yang dikatakan Miss Ika tadi bahwa selalu berubah, kita harus selalu siap dengan perubahan, karena perubahan yang terjadi itu di abad 21 itu suatu keniscayaan, dan memang akan terus berubah kondisi dunia ini, sehingga apapun kurikulumnya, kita sebagai seorang guru atau calon guru harus siap dengan perubahan tersebut. Jangan pernah berpikir bahwa kurikulum yang ini lebih baik dan akan selalu baik untuk masa ke masa. Pasti tidak, kita pasti akan menghadapi perubahan, sehingga kurikulum pun akan ikut berubah. Intinya sih, kalian harus mudah beradaptasi dengan perubahan yang ada di dunia saat ini.
Iya, baik. Terima kasih Ibu Dekan atas penjelasannya. Jadi sebagai guru, sebagai dosen, dan juga mahasiswa, kita juga harus selalu adaptif dan bersiap atas perubahan-perubahan yang terjadi untuk bisa lebih meningkatkan kualitas kita lagi sebagai pengajar, pendidik, dan juga guru. Terima kasih Alex. Thank you Alex. Terima kasih for the time. See you again, and thank you for your insight about the curriculum. Terima kasih Sobat UMC. Demikian talk show kita pada siang hari ini. Kita ketemu lagi di lain kesempatan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.